Greetings, YouTube. What a crazy day in Marvel Contest of Champions. I was teaching, and then I was at dinner, and I missed the first hour plus of the Cole Obsidian Namor resource refund debacle or exhilaration, depending on what side of this you were at. And by the time I checked my messages, I had several people saying they had already flooded the forums and filed help tickets, and other people who said they spiked the football, so to speak, and were so pumped to have their 5 or even 6-star Namor or Cole Obsidian awakened. And I didn't know what to say about any of it, so I just made a video talking about what people were saying and asking for feedback. And it's interesting because in the comments of that video, there are so many different perspectives. But I definitely think if I had Namor or Cole in this, and I don't have a literal dog in the fight, because even though I now have Cole, I got him past the period of even selling him. I would think that the group that would be the most upset is, and probably the ones that Kabam heard, besides, of course, the 6 stars are so valuable that the idea that they would give people free awakening gems for 6 stars probably like shut down the minds of so many of Kabam's marketing team because of how much money they put those awakening gems and they value those at. But regardless, if I had somebody, if I had a Namor or a Cole and I did not sell them because I thought, oh, I'm happy with them where they're at, and then I found out that I could have got more back for them than I put in, yeah, I would have been pretty ticked. But I will say this, it seemed like, especially if you're one of those people who didn't do it, but would have, say, opened him twice and got an awakening gem out of it, they did say that they were already going to do that. So they did make it seem like if there's any chance that you want to get some good resources, make sure you sell them. And in theory, like, this was, for a little while, a very, very generous pro player move because they were giving so many players the benefit of the doubt on their rebalancing. Because let's be real, rebalancing means we screwed up. We made the champions better than they should be, and now we're losing money because you're taking our champs at their best, at their highest sig, at their maxed out rank, and you're completing too much content too fast without using units, revives, or potions, or money, and we just can't have that as a for-profit company. So I thought at first, oh, well, they're just overcompensating because they want to make sure they never have to do this again. And then, of course, now we have this this information, and it looks like they're going to be taking things away from people. And so I would imagine most people are upset. It's sort of like thinking you won the lottery for an hour and then realizing, no, you didn't. And I know, as I said before, the people who seem to be most upset the first time were the people who wished that they would have sold those champions had they known that they could have got even bigger cash cow back for the selling than they got. But I really wonder if Kabam would have done this had 6 stars been affected. If this just been a 5-star issue, like say the Century Void issue was way back in time, I don't know if they would have been so fast to do this. But once 6 stars were involved, and there were a few people, among many I'm sure, that reached out to me to show me that information, that that would have been the case. But when some people get something and others don't, the forums are going to be flooded, and that's what happened. So I guess so much for that, right? So much for all those resources. It was truly nuts. I feel like Squirrel Girl sponsored this decision because of how nuts it literally was. But yeah, I guess we'll see what's to come. If you want to test out an Awakened 5-star or 6-star that you would think maybe I'll rank up this, now it's a good time. Until they take those resources back, I treat the real game like a beta test and just go ham. Otherwise, we'll see what happens in the future. Have a good one, YouTube. Again, you just never know what you're gonna talk about when you have a Marvel Contest of YouTube channel. Contest of Champions YouTube channel. I can't even talk right now. That means I really, really need to end this video right now.